Hey guys, it's RoboEd coming at you live from my kitchen with a real quick announcement. Here is the second part of our Adepticon live talks. If you want to hear more of this episode, which patrons will get a chance to listen to more, we'll have our pre-ramble with a sneak peek at Blake's project that I'm working on. People can see that if you're a patron member. And after, we'll have our closing thoughts in Life After the Cover Save. So if you want to get the stuff you're missing out on, because there will be some new segments too, so check those out. Come on, join us over at Patreon. All right? Enjoy the show. All right, we're recording.
Hey guys, what day 2.5?
Wednesday, Thursday, today's Friday. So
Today's Friday, day 3.
3.5.
Day 3.
Because we still got some stuff to do tonight. But this is the moment when we can.
Yeah.
In our busy schedule.
Yeah, dude, so busy, so many cancellations. You know, it's times like this that I think maybe people don't like me.
They
Maybe.
don't. I'm honest to a fault.
He said maybe, and he's like, they don't. Yeah, but it's okay.
It's like the conversation we had last night, where you're like, I'll just agree with them.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna lie about it.
I'm not gonna lie about it. Yeah, you're right. They said they did say some things about you
After you left.
When? After I left?
No. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm tired.
Yeah, today's gotten to me a little bit.
You were up early.
Yeah, I was up at 6 a.m.
And you were out late.
And I was out late, and I was playing Space Hulk until 11 p.m. last night.
We already told them all about your shit.
Okay, they got all the down.
They already know.
None of the true things about
So,
it.
like, you know, what? Like, I've been getting into philanthropy lately. You know?
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm big into...
Yeah.
Like,
You donate to anything today?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, did you?
You know, it's the difference between saying, like, oh, man, I love kids, and saying, I love 12-year-old kids.
What?
You know, all those things are different.
Philanthropy?
Yeah.
I don't know where this is going, but I don't know if I want to go down this road.
Okay,
right now.
I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm tired. Philanthropy. I don't know where you're going with this, Blake, and that's what came to my mind.
Okay.
Because philanthropy sounds like pedophile to me.
Oh, philanthropy.
Yeah.
Oh.
It sounds like, are you sure you want to say this?
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
I don't know what philanthropy is.
Yesterday, when we were at the Pabst Museum,
Uh-huh.
or house,
Yeah.
I donated $5.
Oh.
$5. Yeah, and
That's really nice.
And they're because they're refurbishing that front.
Yeah. Anybody else donate anything recently?
Yeah, I did some donations.
I donated $25 to Table War Charities for the opportunity to play Space Hulk with my dearest friends.
It was a buy-in. That was the price.
That was the price.
Wow.
You to buy in.
It was for charity. You know how like celebrities will go on Jeopardy, but it'll be for charity?
Yeah.
I played Space Hulk for charity last night.
So who's a celebrity?
I am.
Oh.
I'm famous.
Did you have fun?
I'm not famous at all. I listen. It was probably one of like the best gaming experiences of my life.
And how does that stack up with what happened today?
It's definitely better. It's better than what happened today. But let's talk about what happened today.
Well, before we get into that,
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
about me. You know, Josh came back. Josh, SC Josh, my bunker.
From the independent
For the
character.
independent characters. I don't know if people do. And, you know, he came in.
They're sharing a room, by the way.
They're sharing a
I don't
room.
know if anybody knows this.
Yeah.
Blake
And SG
and the independent character Josh.
Yeah.
They're sharing a room together.
So you could say
I
that.
only had to donate $500.
Listen, you could say that LATCS is in bed with the.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You had to donate $500
To be able to share a room?
Yep.
Wow.
And it's actually a 70-30 split goes to Carl, and 30% to the foundation.
Wow.
Anyway, so we actually stayed up kind of. He got in a little late, and we kind of just sat and like talked because we've never really sat and talked about stuff.
Right.
He talked about from where he's from in Northern California, R&D games, R&J games, like his long-term game store. I tell him like Brookhurst Hobbies. It's like there's these game stores that outlast them all.
Yeah.
And then you talk about when he got into hobby. He's big into like skirmish games and like other types of games, like not like he will play Warhammer and Games Workshop stuff, but he likes the other stuff too.
Yeah.
And we talked about how Adepticon is a place where you can play any miniature game.
Yeah.
That's out there almost.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So a good little talk with him.
Yeah.
And then gave him a kiss on the forehead.
Tucked him in. Give him milk and cookies.
Yeah.
He went right to sleep. But I remember you were telling me he was saying like how like Carl's always like keeping him down.
Yeah.
Always just like
Uh-huh.
push. Anytime that people are like, "Oh, I really like what Josh," like he'll delete those comments.
Yes.
He'll go in there and just remove them.
It's like keeping what Josh said it was. What Carl does, he calls it minding the tall grass.
Yes.
Okay, listen. I'm not saying that what you guys are saying isn't true, but I'm saying the source of it is actually different. Do you know who's actually doing this? Carl never changed any of the passwords, and Jeff is getting on there. And any time someone says anything good about a new host, Jeff swoops in. He gets rid of that because he's the number one. He's the OG. There is no one else before him.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And Carl's not even seeing this. Carl doesn't even know this is happening.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think
gotta
we
talk to
we
Carl.
gotta talk to Carl.
Hey Carl, listen.
Hey, give us a
Listen
call.
to just what happened.
Yeah. Text us.
So yeah, that was a nice chat.
That's
with him.
cool.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
So
I woke up at 6 a.m. I took a shower. I was downstairs 6:30. I ate 2 platefuls of sausage, bacon, and eggs with a little bit of potatoes. Yes,
some
I
coffee?
put ketchup on my potatoes. And if a little gets on my egg, I don't care. I don't care, dude. I had a cup of coffee, and they warmed it up halfway through. So probably I had a cup and a half of coffee.
Okay.
And then I went up to my room, and I got my display board.
ooh.
And what was on my display board? Marvel Crisis Protocol.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Spider foes and some spider friends. Working together. Peace and harmony. I met up with Ed, and we made the long trek over to... It takes about 45 minutes to walk over to the convention center.
Not.
Well, I mean, it depends because it takes 45 if you're on foot,
Yeah.
but if you take the tram, it's only like 10.
Yeah. It's massive. This convention center is the size of 42 football fields.
No, that's because it's multi-leveled.
It's multi-level. There's so many escalators, and there's no way of knowing where they go.
Yeah.
No. Signs.
Not with the
horrible.
signs. We played in the Marvel Crisis Protocol teams tournament.
Yeah.
Heavy emphasis on the tournament. I don't know. Like when I signed up for it, listen, is it what I wanted? Absolutely not.
Oh.
I thought the teams thing would make it like, oh, this is more friendly. We're just, we're just like beer and pretzels playing some MCP.
People had some nice display boards. Some people had like matching shirts.
Yeah, because
One guy was wearing makeup.
there's prizes for the best display board.
That's why you guys both have Marvel shirts.
We were
on.
both wearing Spider-Man shirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And listen, okay, our first game. Ed, do you want to talk about this, or do you want me to talk about this?
I'll
We
chime
get
in.
there, like, okay, they're all, hey,
all tired, dude.
guys, are you signed up for the Chicken Little app? Can I get your Chicken Little app sign in? I'm all like, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Chicken Little app. It was at it's at the bottom corner of the registration papers that we emailed to you 2 weeks ago.
Longshanks.
Longshanks. Longshanks. I've never heard of this before.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what makes me mad about this is I came to that help desk yesterday and saying, what do I need for registration tomorrow? Just show up. Just show up and you fill out your paper.
Yeah. So he had to register us both. He's like, what's your username going to be? What's your email? What's your email? It's like, what? Why wouldn't you have given this to us?
Yeah, I came here yesterday to find out this information, and I think it was the same guy who just brushed us off. And so I'm happy that he had to sign us up
Yeah, he's like,
for,
I'm gonna get in trouble
Letter
for
Kenny.
this. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Is what he said.
Yeah, I was like, good, you should. You should have helped me yesterday when I came and asked you. That's a wonderful start.
Is he the guy that you... Never mind. No, I'll save it.
Okay, yeah, save it. Never.
So when they were when they were saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna start doling out opponents. I was like, I'd like to face a nice father-son team, like hoping like it's a little kid.
Yeah.
That's not what we got.
We got a father-son team,
We did.
but they're
Yeah.
very good at the
But
game.
that kid's like in med school or something.
Oh yeah, he
yeah.
went to UCLA.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He was
Yes.
He
Good guess.
was a college kid.
Yeah.
And he's all crunching the numbers in
Yeah.
his head.
Beautiful mind.
They had Avengers, so they had Captain America. They had a Hulk in their roster, but the Hulk didn't show up on the tables, which is good for me.
We were thankful for that.
But there were two Thors.
Yeah,
There was Beta Bill Braxton,
Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill,
Beta Ray Bill.
and there was She Thor. What's her
Natalie
name?
Portman.
Jane Fonda. It was Natalie Portman Thor.
Jane Fonda. There's gonna be a Beta Ray Bill in the next movie, just so you know.
Oh,
So
there's gonna be a next movie.
yeah,
I
Well,
thought Marvel.
that's when the Thor is not. He doesn't know he's Thor, right?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
That version of Thor is when he picks up the hammer, he turns into Thor.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Beta Ray Bill is just another Thor. But yes, originally Thor was the Doctor, and he would hit his cane on the floor, and then he would turn into
Oh,
Thor.
okay. All right.
Thor.
That's fine.
Okay. Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill.
Uncle Baby Uncle Baby
Beta.
Beta Ray Bill. Bible bonkers.
And I don't know. I don't know what it is about this, but it feels like every time I play this game, like everyone else's characters does so many things on their turn,
Yes.
and I do 2 actions on my turn, and I don't understand how they're able to do so much.
There were some very few cases where we were able to do more.
Yes.
Yeah. And then they're also doing things on our turn.
Yeah.
How do they get so much power? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It's like they're just constantly.
They're all cheating.
But the thing with the Thors, most of them generate more power than normal.
Yes.
Which I don't see why that mechanic's in the game at all. Everyone should just get 1 power every turn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Horrible.
So, hey, listen. Ed's played the game once or twice. I've played it 37 times. Lost every single one.
So it's no
No,
different.
you won a game. You won a game.
Against my son.
No, against the new
one
guy.
of the new guys.
Oh, yeah, the new guy that I was teaching and probably, teaching him wrong just so we would lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often? Okay, here's an interesting. Did you guys ever in these 2 days, these 2 games, were like, oh, we've been doing that wrong?
No, I actually do know. We're gotcha points that there's just so many characters in the game right now. There's no way that I could actually know what all.
Yeah,
the characters
but in
do.
terms of the fundamentals, the core loop, the system, it's like you're doing the system right.
Yeah.
But the gotcha stuff, that's just like in 40K, like, well, you got to know everybody's codex.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
And they're not going to be like, well, if you do that, just remember I have blah, 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 blah.
No, they do.
No.
Some of them,
So these weren't cutthroat games where we were talking about like intention. We were playing with intent. So like, there's nothing wrong there. It was, but we did like I mean, by the turn 3, it was they had 21 points, which it only is supposed to go up to 16. So it's like they scored so many points that it went all the way up to 21.
Yeah, they were at 15.
To our like 10 points. So it's like, I don't know. I think there's some fundamental thing about the game that I'm not fully grasping, I guess. And part of it might be that I'm just not willing to like cheese and put like the best characters in my list. That I just want the characters in my list that I think the models.
You just
look
want to
cool.
lose.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think you like losing.
I just like. I want all of this I want the list to look right on the table.
Right.
Like for it to oh look,
Makes sense.
There's all the spider foes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
That's the Sinister Six, dude.
Yeah.
Of course they're working together.
Well, they're working together, brother. Well,
Would there be a bullseye there?
But maybe there wasn't. That's my little step. So like, Bullseye's not really a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
But he's more a Daredevil villain. But Daredevil is on the Spider-Man team in the game.
yeah.
So that's where I kind of, I don't know.
So and then the next game,
So
display. I saw 2 of those display boards.
yeah,
They're in the same group of people.
You
yeah,
gotta
the
talk
next
about
game, like it was the Asgardians of the Galaxy. So they were half Guardians of the Galaxy and they were half Asgard, the Thor people, but gorgeously painted.
Oh, yeah.
And it was display board was an arcade cabinet with a light. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Really, I saw the other guy.
The other guy was doing
X-Men.
X-Men in an arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
The
And
diorama.
it's a YouTube like conglomerate. They have a big YouTube channel that they like promote. I've come across their videos about Marvel Crisis Protocol often in my algorithmic feeds.
Algorithmics.
Yeah.
The algorithm.
But is it enough where I remember the names of their company and what it? No, it's not.
No.
It's absolutely not.
Not like Peachy.
Not like Peachy.
Two things, cuz.
This game I feel like started off pretty good.
It started out good, yeah.
Like-
We were in the lead for the first 2 turns.
Yeah. We scored 4. We scored like 5 points first turn, 3.7. Like we were at 8, and they had only scored like 4 points. So turn 2, it was like 8-4.
Flying high again.
And then, like part of this, I really felt like our dice just fell apart.
Yeah, they did.
At one point, Ed rolled 9 dice and got 1 hit. Then he rolled 7 dice and got no hits. That was his
that's
turn.
bad. That's
That
bad.
was his turn.
Not good odds.
It was so much dice that he was rolling.
Yeah.
And the dice mechanics of this game are super swingy. So that's just what it is.
It's just what it is, dude.
Just what it is,
Yeah.
man.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you roll a bunch of crits that explode.
Yeah.
And you do things that you're not supposed to statistically do.
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes when it's the other way.
And they started one of their Thors, which I think Lady Thor's,
Jane.
it seems like every time she rolled a swirl, she would do 1 damage to everything within 3 of her.
Her target.
Yeah.
She did splash
of her
damage.
target. It was a huge amount. He was rolling 3 or 4 swirls every
Swirl
attack.
master. Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
it was wild. man.
And again, this is the second game we've played. There's
Against
2
Thors.
Thors on the team, regular Thor and Jane Thor.
Yeah.
But the amount of things that they're able to do in those turns, like they would jump into you, right, and hit you without even rolling a dice yet. That's not even their action.
Impact hits.
Yeah.
Yes. And then after they hit you, they would throw you into somebody else. And so they're already doing damage to you and somebody else before they've even attacked.
they did
sometimes.
an average of 4 attacks every turn.
Jeez.
And then they would
there's-
they would just throw big tanks at you. So the amount of like you wouldn't even get in action some of the times.
Yeah, they dazed most of our team or KO'd most of our team before they ever got to act. So like I think that whole game, we went for 4 turns, and I think I only took 3 activations in
Yeah.
4 full turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was times when they did multiple like dazes because of the splash damage and the targeting how they did it, which is it's good on them, but it's kind of disheartening to see
Yeah.
like, oh, now 2 of our guys can't activate.
Well, that's now that really is the essence of competitive
oh yeah,
tournament.
Yeah,
It's like,
they're reducing the amount of actions we get to take every
yeah.
turn.
and they're no one's gonna hold back.
yeah.
No.
And the whole goal is to be that, but can you do that and still be a pleasurable person?
I don't think
And
they
I
were.
think they all did.
Yeah, I don't think they
Yeah,
were.
the truth. The guys we were laughing, making jokes. It was an enjoyable. It was enjoyable on everything except for just the actual gameplay was really. I mean, I hated it.
You got shut down.
Yeah, it was just I didn't feel like I was getting to play the game. That's what it felt like.
Maybe a narrative or friendly Crisis Protocol might have been more something.
And the thing is, I wish the descriptions were way better on Adepticon's website, because I thought that's what a team tournament would be.
No.
But it's not. It like there was blood on the line, dude.
Yeah, we never got.
So Ed, tell us about the next 3 games. So it is a 5-round tournament.
All right.
It was from 7:30 to 9:30.
God.
7:30 a.m. 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
So it is.
I slept through one of them,
Yeah.
so I can't even tell you.
No, we bowed out. After that second crushing defeat, I said, I don't want to play this game.
And
at
I
all.
showed up at a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
You got to see that happen. You got to see the defeat in our eyes.
Did you see like his shoulder slump? Did you see like the defeat well up in him?
Yeah.
You were laughing so hard at Trevor.
It wasn't. I didn't,
Yeah, why does my pain make you laugh so hard, Blake?
Just,
I was crying, dude. I was crying. It was funny.
and the way it's we've talked about it. It's all from love,
Yeah.
and we've talked about it.
But you haven't
have
talked about it in front of our listeners,
Oh.
so that's why I'm trying to have
okay.
the conversation.
Yeah, dude. It's like not everybody can express the things they're really feeling out loud to other people.
Gotcha.
And so it gives me joy that you can say these things. There's the narrative going. There's the narrative. I think you got a little.
It doesn't matter. We're on a podcast. I could have a booger in my nose, and no one would know about it because we're on a podcast. Do you see any Kleenex that I could use right now to take care of this? So let's please just continue recording the podcast. All right. Well, I'm leaving then.
It killed me. So he can hear me, guys. And there is that narrative going that like you put a lot of effort into the game and into the models,
Oh yeah.
and you keep losing.
Yeah. And I think the part that Blake was making him laugh was, Travis didn't want to play anymore, but he also was wrestling with the idea of how it would look if he takes his models and just walks away, because
It was humiliated to like pick up my models,
yeah,
and just leave and never come back to
yeah, it was
that place ever again.
yeah.
Not gaining a single card of gold currency that I could use to get one of the event exclusives. We got nothing.
Well, do you use those to buy things, or do you put them in for a raffle?
No, you use those to purchase the dice.
Oh, the limited edition
the
stuff.
limited edition stuff that they have there. Yeah,
Oh man.
would have been cool.
So are you done playing Marvel Crisis Protocol?
No, of course not.
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever play a tournament ever again.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I don't like. First of all, man, I hated flying with my models.
Yeah.
That was awful, and I was in first class. It was still awful. But it's like nerve wracking to like all these things that you putting them up in the overhead bin. I'm like, I hope they're all still glued together when I get there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we know that he's going to continue playing. So
Yeah.
do we want to?
Yeah.
We want to show what we got for you?
Oh my gosh.
You got him one of those. Here you go.
This is a swamp.
It's not Swamp Thing. That's Alyssa Bloodstone and Man Thing. Oh heck yeah!
There you go. Buddy.
And we got the Inhuman Royal Coat. Oh, Black Bolt. I love Black Bolt. This is awesome. So
I'm still on the prowl for an abomination.
I got one.
Yeah, he got one of those. I was able to get one of them.
So I'm still in it, guys. I'm still in it.
Okay.
I'm still
Thank God.
still gonna paint these miniatures. I'm still gonna play this game.
Okay. I thought we lost you there for a minute.
Listen,
I felt concerned.
but But the thing is, do I feel this way after almost every single game?
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. So
And you-
it's probably just a problem with me.
And you wear it on your sleeve like you just were like you're so excited to go play the game, and then we'll get these messages. Sometimes they're voice recorded, so we really feel the pain,
The defeat.
Yes, the defeat. Sometimes it's just text, but it's like I'm done, and then
the next picture is
oops,
whoops, and it's another.
something you purchase, or the next thing you're back in, which is exciting.
I heard the Sandman's good. And
Yeah.
then-
Well, I am excited. I'm going to be diving into mutants. So X-Men, Brotherhood, but I'm going to focus initially on Apocalypse because he looks fun. And Apocalypse is something I haven't really done because he is a big, beefy boy,
Beef boy.
that can actually, like, throw some hurt on other people.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll enjoy being able to do that.
I like how you are expanding the different characters and trying different play styles, and because the Spider Foes was a different play style for you,
It is, yeah. The
and
Web Warriors,
your
yeah.
initial thing is always the Web Warriors, and so it's like you're moving through the different, like, I don't know what you call them, like rails or the
Ways to
different
play.
paths that are inside the game, and a lot of people don't get to
Archetypes.
do all that. Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. You know,
I think it's pretty cool too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I demoed a game
Oh yeah, that's right.
that made me pause everything I was thinking about in my games.
Oh.
It's called Shadows of Brimstone,
Okay.
by a company I've never heard of, but I've heard about the game extensively, mostly from Carl.
Yeah, Carl loves it.
And I can see why. It's Cthulhu-esque.
Uh-huh.
I took some pictures. I didn't post them.
Wow.
I played the samurai version.
Wow.
It's a dungeon crawler.
Wow.
Ooh.
I will buy dungeon crawlers and never play them with anybody.
Wow.
It's not run by an app.
Wow.
A lot of expansions,
Wow.
and there apparently are 2 sumo wrestler characters.
Wow.
But
Did you get one sumo wrestler character?
no, but
Is it a model that I could paint?
the sumo wrestler models,
Yeah.
yeah, they're in an expansion pack. But dude, there's so much.
Can I see
There's
that?
like so much stuff, and they have a Gates of Valhalla. So it's
Okay.
like Viking
Okay.
characters in there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And
Okay.
but it was fun. There was a Doom tracker, there was Mythos cards, there was bad guys. The guy that ran it was really cool. He said tomorrow night he's got a big 16 by 16 3D printed Brimstone board
What?
that he's gonna have out. Local guy, he doesn't even work for the company, but he really likes the
He
product
just
and
loves it.
and I told him like, yeah, my buddy Carl loves this game. And he was like, oh, I think he came by. And he was telling me that he plays a game with the guy who runs Adepticon. And he said, yeah, the Adepticon guy came by too, and we were talking.
Whew.
Either way, it's a pretty fun game.
Pretty fun game.
I can see why Carl's so into it.
Yeah.
At one point, we walked into a portal, and the room was like a brain room. And we
Ew.
went from the brain room into the sphincter room.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
And
Really?
yeah, it was. They call it. Yeah. So it was cool. I enjoyed it.
I could see you buying the Valhalla guys because you can use them in other games
Dude,
that you play,
well, that's the true
like
fantasy.
Frostgrave.
Because they have like a Wild West version. They got like a Spanish Conquistadors version.
Ooh.
Then they have another. Then they got the feudal. And the crazy thing is too, they have a thing called Other Worlds, like where you take portals into other dimensions.
Other
Mix them
worlds.
together.
Yeah, and it's like, and everything can play with everything. Like I can
it's like
have my
Dice Throne.
Viking play with. I
Your
can have my
sumo
Viking
wrestler.
play in the West,
Right.
and they have the sumo wrestler can play anywhere,
Oh.
and they have like these different Otherworld expansions. One of them is like, I don't know. I gotta put it away. And
you
dude,
gotta
the
put
good,
it
bad,
away,
the
man.
ugly. Blondie's up there. I'm putting it away.
You gotta put it
Blondie.
away, man.
Blondie.
Blondie.
I watched that recently, by the way.
Blondie.
So did I.
That's a great
Blondie.
movie.
It's
It's long.
A little long,
A little boring.
a little boring. But the ending scene when he gets to the graveyard and he's like running around trying to find it. Yeah, those Italians were doing something special. Anyways, I really enjoyed the game, and I am gonna look and see what the box might
My
cost.
head's hurting.
You okay?
Yeah. So is that it?
That's and we ate dinner. We ate lunch.
We ate lunch at Leonard.
And got some more cancellations on my social calendar.
Yeah, Blake's been snubbed by a lot of
people.
big names.
Well, there's still a chance you could be snubbed tonight and tomorrow night.
Yep.
A lot more chances for snubbing on the horizon.
Nothing says loving like a little bit of snubbing.
Yes, it is. I mean, I've even been snubbed by like people that know me.
So we're
Like,
just
not
halfway
even
through.
like friends.
We're just
like
halfway
people
through.
I live in.
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm snubbing you now.
Yeah.
So we're halfway through Adepticon.
Yeah.
Blake, will you come back to Adepticon?
Yeah, of course. I would like to. It'd be fun to do it every year, but I don't think I can.
Yeah. Ed, would you
Yes.
come back?
I will be back next year at Adepticon.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I don't know about next year. I probably would do it every other year.
He does want to see Nova.
Yeah, I think next year.
I think Nova would be good to see.
I am enjoying my time here.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I love conventions all that much, to tell you the truth. Like, I would be having way more fun with a board game weekend than I am having here.
It's
What
different.
about, hold on. Now, what about the convention in L.A.? Is that different?
Yeah. It's a lot smaller commitment, and it's more role-playing. Do you know what I think it is? I think I might have more fun at role-playing conventions because all you have to bring is a piece of paper and a pencil.
There's role-playing here, right?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
There's this Nexus, whatever that is.
I
haven't seen much
there's,
RPGs.
There's miniatures. Because Strategicon, like, this
It's
sounds
it's an
wild.
RPG
Listen,
convention.
I understand that Adepticon is a far better product than Strategicon.
Yeah.
I have more fun when I go to Strategicon
Wow.
than I am having here. Now, I'm not saying I'm not having fun here.
Wow.
I'm just saying the fun is great. There's no Artemis here.
Well, you know what I think this year I'm having less fun? Travis is here, so maybe he's a factor that I'm having less
you know
fun
what?
this year.
Yeah.
I'm a piece of poop.
I mean, yeah,
I've been here with Blake twice, time of my life.
every time.
But here's the
And
thing.
one time, all we did was work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Have I had a better gaming experience
Yes.
than playing Space Hulk last night?
Oh no,
I don't know.
No.
I don't
I
know.
think that was one of the best gaming experiences.
Hold
of my
on a
life.
second. You said that when you played in the doubles game with Carl and Shell.
And up to that point, that was.
Oh, this trumps it.
Yes,
Well, it is better than. I wouldn't like to use that language.
Oh my god. Okay, buddy. All right, we can't use words now. Are you censoring me?
this is a very different feel than LAX.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, like I'd like to explore what it is, and part of it, I think, is having to fly. I don't like flying.
The dog sitter, the house.
And like it's so like I could bring my son easily. I bring to the other one. I just bring my son. It,
Bring
it's
him
just-
next year,
yeah.
next time.
Then I have to buy him a plane ticket.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Listen,
and it's got to be first
How
class.
I think Adepticon's too far away for me to enjoy.
How are the wives doing?
My wife's having fine.
My Anna's upset most of the times by the
By your actions?
No. She is finding this convention to be rather incompetently run.
Oh.
Because she goes to
I
giant
get
conventions
it.
for her work
I
all the
get
time.
it.
And the fact that the restaurant ran out of food like on the first night, and we keep asking for things, and we're like, oh, we're out of that. And that
But that
there's
has nothing
drilling. There's drilling. No, it has everything to do
Yeah.
with the convention.
It does.
The convention is the whole experience.
Yeah.
But
The hotel
it's-
knew the convention was coming.
yeah, but it's not necessarily like you can't blame the organizers of Adepticon
No,
for any of these things.
that's true.
Well, Anna does, because an organizer of an event needs to be coordinating all of these things.
But the thing is, Adepticon isn't running out of their pizza, their hot dogs, their water, their sodas. The convention hall has all those things, but the restaurants that are on the outside.
True.
I'm just saying there is a
Listen,
lot of missteps
this isn't
happening.
my
But-
opinion.
no, Yes.
You asked me my wife's opinion, and I'm sharing it.
But I don't think her being upset at the restaurant's fine. I agree.
Yeah,
Like,
it's valid. things.
even the hotel who knows at the convention
Yeah.
is like, well, we can't do that, or we can't seat you right now because we're behind. But they should know they're going to have steady
Yeah.
food coming in all day.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, no, there's valid points,
But this is also the first time this convention is here.
yeah, I think there's some growing pains here.
Yeah,
I think that being said, just what's happening in the convention center itself
it's good.
seems
That's true.
really good.
Everything there seems to be running pretty well.
And even though this space is really big, it's full.
Oh,
As far
yeah.
as I can tell.
Dude, every time I go down there, I like last night I explored a lot,
Yeah.
and then I thought I had a level. I thought I understood it.
Yeah.
And then
there's a whole other.
Then this morning
wing.
I was like,
there's a north wing.
yeah, but I explored the north wing last night.
Huh?
But then I realized, yeah. So every time I go out there, I think I know what's happening, and then
I want to be clear. I am speaking that, like, I think maybe this convention isn't for me, and I'm not necessarily
every
saying
year.
But will I return? Yes.
just not every time.
But there
Will he be happy about it?
There will be space.
Yeah.
Between. I am not coming back next year.
I won't.
There's no way I'm coming back.
Not that I don't want to, but I don't think I can.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, and
I'm
we'll
not
think
going to
about
say no.
Yeah.
But if I go to Nova and I go to LVO, I might not come.
Yeah.
Because I got to go to LVO.
I got to go to LVO
But you know
this
what?
year.
Listen, we're only day 3.
Will you go? Jesus. It's,
Flying high.
Is that going to change? But really, there's only one more day, because Sunday I'm getting up at the crack of dawn and getting on an airplane.
but sometimes Travis changes his mind.
Yeah, I
about
could
things.
change my mind. Like, I could have dinner tonight with Cheyenne and be all like, "Oh, that's what I was missing."
Oh, yeah.
Finally.
And then he's like, he's going to send a screenshot. Plane tickets booked for next year.
Yeah.
For next Adepticon.
That's Travis for you, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
me, man. You know what? I say what I'm feeling, but what I'm feeling changes.
Yes,
Yeah.
amen.
All right.
All right.
Good work, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Buildings, oh yeah, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, what a wonderful city, oh yeah, it's the cream city, it's the brew city, it's the beer city, it's brew town, it's
You know what I was going to do before we did this?
Let me stop it.
No. I'm going to turn my mic off,
Okay.
and you start talking.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our Adepticon talk. Let's see, Wednesday was kind of day 1, I think, maybe. Thursday was day 2. Friday, the tournament, was day 3. This is Saturday, and it's after 10 p.m. My lower back is actually really hurting a lot.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Well, I looked, and I've done.
I haven't looked.
Oh, you haven't looked? How much walking I've done?
Uh-huh.
It's at least almost maybe double what I normally do. Maybe not, but today I did a lot. And when we were in the airport on Wednesday, I did a lot. And so I was looking at all the numbers, and I died like Thursday. I died on Thursday.
What do you mean by that?
Well, all the stats that on Thursday I just died. So I'm not even alive right now.
What do you mean?
According to my watch, 'cause it
Okay.
keeps track of all of the steps I do, I died on Thursday.
What metric said you died?
It's a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't die. Because I'm here talking with you guys. And
Wednesday, I did. I don't want heart points. I want steps.
yeah, just do the steps.
On Wednesday, I did 57,000 steps.
Wow. No miles. It doesn't break that down into miles for you. On Thursday?
No. 57,000 steps. I don't really use this very much. Thursday, a lot less steps. Thursday.
Really?
No.
I think
that was 57,000 was in
boy.
the past several days.
Yeah. Can you just do a daily?
Yeah. I've never used this app before.
Oh, let's just do a daily metric.
Okay.
So on Wednesday, I'll tell you how many steps I did. I did 11,863 steps.
16,756.
On what I did that's 4.73 miles for me. Does it say miles next to it?
No, it just says steps.
Okay. Wow, you did a lot more than me on Wednesday. I wonder how or why.
My heart points?
I don't know about
I got no heart points.
Okay, on Thursday, how many steps? Wow, this is really easy on an iPhone.
I've never used this app before. I'm going to
yeah.
say it one more time.
Why are you yelling, dude? Hey, dude.
Thursday I did 12,646.
I did 14,000.
Thursday. What was Thursday?
That's the day I did my painting class. I had to run up to go to the bathroom and run back down. That's probably what it was. Friday was Marvel Crisis Protocol Day for me.
And you were at what?
12,000 steps.
11,360.
All right, this one should be big because I did more steps again.
Saturday?
Yeah, today.
What do you got?
I'm at 13,799.
16,755.
Yeah, buddy.
But you know what? I walked to breakfast.
Yeah.
And I did, during that interval.
You did 16?
16.
Wow.
I did a lot of, it even said I did 1,000 steps like before midnight last night. I don't know how they're doing this.
Maybe your things are like inaccurate.
It says late night walk at 11:53 p.m.
That was when we were walking probably back from talking with Uncle Adam.
Yeah, so that gets us. So we talked, the last you heard from us, we had Travis here and we're talking about the...
Was it before dinner?
Yeah, it was. So we had to just squeeze it in because Travis.
That's true.
So then what did we do after that? We ended the evening being able to...
Where do we eat?
The German.
Oh.
We went to a Hofbrauhaus, a German place.
With Doug.
With Doug and Table War.
Oh, yeah.
Nice German food. Got some sausages.
That's right. Travis went with other people.
We went with other people to a much finer establishment.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought we needed button-up shirts.
I thought we needed to. That's why I didn't go.
That's why I did. Well, I wasn't invited.
Oh, yeah, you weren't invited. It was couples only.
Yeah, it was. So, yeah, he went to the Chop House.
Nobody was a couple except for Travis, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Campos and Cheyenne.
I mean, they're a duo.
Yeah.
I guess we're a duo.
Was Carl there?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. We had dinner with Carl once.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was just one time.
That's fine.
But that's just kind of how things are. You try to get at least one meal with everybody.
I'm good with just one with Carl.
Jesus.
I know.
Listen, Carl, if it sounds like we're ragging on you, we love you.
Yeah.
And you know that.
Yeah, I sat down and talked with Carl and Joe for a little bit today, yeah.
Oh, I wasn't invited.
No, you weren't. You were busy.
Yeah. Okay, so dude, we're all over the place.
Yeah.
So we went to this Hoffer house.
A Hofbrauhaus.
And let's talk about that for a minute because there's some strange things that happened in the Hoffer house.
Yeah, what happened?
So, first of all, I thought the food was good.
Very good.
I enjoyed all the food. The service, on the other hand, it got tense. Here's the thing that is also important when you go to these meals to sit down with your friends and hang out with them for a while. It's kind of hard to do that when the atmosphere is really loud and they're like banging on the tables and yelling and so I could only talk in like a 4-person like a 4 square. I was going to say in a triangle, but Ashton was involved too, so there was 4 of us. And that's really it. I couldn't talk to anybody else on the other side of Letty, or you couldn't talk to anybody on the other side of Ashton because it was just too loud. And even if I'm talking to Doug, he's always like, huh? And I don't know if he's doing a bit.
No, he doesn't have
I
good
don't know if
hearing.
he's hard of hearing.
I think he
but
is.
it's even worse in that situation. Because I couldn't even hear you say, I want chicken things and splitting that big plate for two people.
Yeah, it's all good.
Which was okay because
in the end,
it was
worked
enough.
out fine.
It was
Yeah.
enough food because we got enough. So, but the service was really slow.
Yes.
Really slow. And so this guy came out and he was bringing us our appetizers, and he said something about this app and about ordering from the app.
Order from the QR code. Yeah.
So our server had been gone for a little while because she didn't bring the appetizers out, and so I ordered my food from the app.
Everybody did basically.
Almost everybody at our table did. And there's about 10 of us, and she came back and somebody had said, "Oh, I already ordered from the app," and she got really mad and was like, "Don't order from the app; it's broken," or something like that. It doesn't work. Don't do it. And I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, okay." So when she comes to ask me, I want to explain myself. Like, this guy came out and said, "Order from the app," so that's why we're doing it. And she didn't want to hear it. She's like, "Okay, who hasn't?" And she started yelling like, "Who hasn't ordered from the app?" And then the rest of the night, she seemed like she was mad at us.
Could be.
It was weird. And then when it came time to pay the bill,
She wouldn't split a bill.
we asked and she's like, "I won't split that shit." Like that.
No, she didn't say that.
Yes, she did. She was cursing.
I was right next to her. I didn't hear her say, "I won't split that shit."
She did. I swear to you. She had a foul mouth.
I thought it said, "We don't split checks here."
No, that's not what she said.
Okay, well, either way.
And she wouldn't do it. But today, I'm going to talk about today for a minute. I went to another one next door, basically, and I guess the establishment might have been a little finer. So we had a guy, like, he was nice,
Yeah.
a young guy, and he came out, was constantly asking us if we need anything, was
Yeah.
always
Good
there.
service.
Very good service. But I thought the food was actually better at the other place, but because of the service, I liked the other place better.
Yeah.
It was the same place that Adam went to.
Oh, you went to Mater's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Mater's is much more well known.
yeah. So after dinner, we went and we were waiting to hear back from Adam and Sam
Sam.
Lenz.
So we met up and sat and talked about everything under the sun.
Yeah.
It was a good
Everything.
talk. We
was
didn't
a
get a picture though. Should have got a picture.
We should have got a picture.
Yeah.
But it was just nice to be out there.
It was very quiet.
It
We
was.
found
'Cause
a nice little spot.
we were almost at the very end of the convention.
Yeah.
Like there's one end and then there's another end, and we were at one of the ends. On the new side,
Yeah. On the new side. What did I do while you guys? No,
Were
that
you-
was it.
were you?
I walked around a little bit and then we all went to the German place.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
and-
you were with us the rest of the night.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then woke up. Went
Well, we talked
out
to him
of
for a
bed.
while.
Yes, we did.
And then Sam was tired, so he went to
Yeah.
bed. And then you and Adam, he went to go show us
The Hive Scum Hall.
the high school hall.
The Grimdark Hall. Grimdark Alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a bunch of people sitting around like an open area.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, some people are sitting on the floor. They have like their bits just everywhere, like boxes.
They're all like punk rock people.
Is that what they are?
Yeah, there's a real aesthetic to those people in those games.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they look like they were having a
No,
great
fucking
time.
great people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back there, the next day.
Yeah. So he showed us, she showed us this room, and they had this
table.
massive, to me, it's a Mordheim table.
No, it is a Mordheim table.
Okay.
He says that the organization, the guys that did that, are from like the Massachusetts Mordheim something.
Okay.
And they play every year like an entire event. Over 100 Mordheim players
Are all on tables
are
like
on
that.
tables like that.
Yeah, it was amazing to see that table.
Fantastic.
Because it's something that, like, I know I've seen maybe one of those boards online, thinking to myself, that's where you want to achieve. That's the goal you want to achieve. I could never do it.
Honestly, I'll get in touch. I bet you we can, through Adam, we can get in touch with someone at that association.
Yeah, because it's more local, huh?
It's Massachusetts,
Oh, okay.
but he knows who they are.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
but yeah, it was.
and then we got to see the 14.
The 1490 Doom circle tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
I'm glad we went there because I get to find out where 1490 Doom was.
Yeah, we got to see what it looked like. And, oh, well, I mean, you went back. And,
I went back.
Yeah. But, yeah. And then he hadn't seen Fort Wapple.
And we took him to Fort.
And we took him to Fort Wapple. And I hope that we get a chance to see. We met somebody, and he was doing like a live stream or some sort of recording where him and another artist, they're on video together, and he's talking to them while they're working on a project.
Like
and
a diorama, it's a charity thing for Dragonfall.
Yeah. And then that guy, the artist will eventually leave, and then a new artist comes and steps in, and they're all working together on this diorama of the Balrog and the Fellowship.
Yeah. At
What's that? Mount Doom?
No. That was
and the mine in the mine of Moria.
Moria. Yeah. The Doom of. Yeah.
I hate the Amazon show sometimes because
I haven't watched it after the second season. The first season.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
It's like, this is a spoiler, I
The
guess.
dwarves are greedy.
It's like a spoiler, I guess, if you don't see it. But this is supposed to be like, there's a little boy guy running around, a dwarf running around there, and it's supposed, and they say his name. What's it? Gimli?
It's not Gimli.
It's not Gimli. They call him Gimli.
I didn't think Gimli was that far back. Well, Gimli, they like 600 years, 500 years.
Yeah, so it could have been.
I thought the Rings of Power series was like way early.
I don't know.
Like
man.
like the that was like the first age.
I don't know.
And I think you know who needs to be here right now.
Travis.
Yeah.
No, but I think Travis and I had this conversation, and I'm like, they said that was Gimli, and Gimli, who grew up there,
Yes.
doesn't know what happened there, and they've already seen the Balrog. Like, they show him in the show.
That's why I have to believe that maybe Gimli is like Steve.
I have to believe that the people of the prequels don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
So they're kind of just making it up because there is no definite source material.
Yeah.
And you always want to find a way to tie in the old thing with the new thing, even if it doesn't make sense. Anyways, so the diorama wasn't done, and he's like, we have a lot of work to do. He gave us these measuring tools that are on our lanyards now, and you can do a 1/2 inch, a full inch, a 3 inch,
2 inch,
2 inch,
a 1, yeah. So that's what, yeah.
So, and then we left.
Yeah.
We just said bye, Adam. You're on your own.
Talk to your own, dude. Talk to your own.
We got our Uncle Adam stamp on our player card.
I needed it.
Yeah, we did.
I needed
because he had been turned down a couple times.
Adam just was like, "Hey, no, not my. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya."
Yeah.
It's a busy.
It's insane how
it's a busy place.
And then when you're like,
Popular.
for me and Blake, nobody knows who we are.
Not really.
Not really. The people that everybody know, not everybody, but like Uncle Adam knows who we are, and he made time for us, which is a big deal. Not that he doesn't make time for everybody. Like when people come up to him and talk to him, he'll take a couple minutes.
Oh, for sure.
And because that's the type of person he is. But he'll give us more time because we built a relationship and hung out more. Yeah. So the point that I'm getting at is that they get bombarded.
Oh, and they have like, we got to go to this thing. Then there's this army painter thing, and like all the more like business connections and like there's stuff that we don't have to worry about.
And they have to do it though.
Yeah,
they're like obligated in some way.
Yeah,
And
then
like,
there's the things that like they got to go to it
yeah.
because of other side reasons. You
Yeah,
know?
it could be like they need to talk to him because it's almost like a sponsorship thing,
Yeah.
but maybe it's not technically a sponsorship thing. Or they're like, we're going to give you some information, or we're going to give you some product, and so they'll be like, oh, instead of shipping it to you, let's just give it to you while you're there, and then you can work on it behind the scenes, and then when we allow you to reveal it, you can reveal it.
Yeah. We're not talking business.
That's not what we are.
No.
That's not what we do.
No.
Anyways,
That's not,
so it was a good talk with those two, and then we wanted to punch another card today, but we won't get to that yet.
Oh, yeah. So I woke up, had a nice brunch,
Yeah,
walked over, had a really good, best food I had all week.
that's saying a lot.
And that was nice. Went to a used bookstore next to it.
Okay, was the bookstore cool?
Yeah.
Did they have any like cool books?
All kinds, dude.
Did they have like Warhammer books?
Nothing like that.
Okay.
It was like real books.
No, I understand that, but sometimes okay,
Honestly, I didn't see like Stephen King. A lot of Stephen King there.
like I went to Amoeba, right? And they have old records, they have old books. They had, in the book section, they had like Warhammer books.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
So this,
comic books.
comic books.
I like comic books.
Yeah, you probably want to swing by there.
Okay.
When we go back tomorrow.
Graphic novels.
I didn't look too deeply. It was narrow. It was warm and narrow.
Oh,
And I had to get back for my.
yeah.
I had to get back for my my demo.
Okay.
But when I got to the demo, it just didn't feel right. Like I couldn't. There was a chair. There were two chairs, and one guy.
Okay.
With there was a box covering not covering but behind a chair there was like a tote that a different demo guy was doing and I just didn't feel like being like, hey, let's move this so I can sit down in front of this demo that's going to happen. And so and then I didn't want to sit right at the table because it hadn't started yet. The guy who was running the demo was behind another one taking care of something else.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just chill over here for a little bit. And then then another guy came around and kind of had a weird lean in, he wasn't sitting on the chair, but he was kind of kneeling on the chair. And then they just started running the demo.
Oh.
And then I was like, I just, you know what? I'm just going to get up, look at the Conquest stuff.
Oh.
Take some pictures. And then,
something didn't feel right. Your spidey senses were tingling.
Yeah. And honestly, it
What was the game?
I'm not going to say.
Oh, okay.
It didn't. It sounded good in the description, but when I saw it, it was like,
Was the presentation bad?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, the presentation wasn't nearly as fancy as the Arsenal one.
Okay.
Arsenal was much more fancy, but yeah. I mean, there was a cool Wild West one. There was a bunch of indie demos going.
Right.
But then I just said, I just walk around, look at the Conquest stuff. Saw a lot of Conquest stuff. Took some pictures, and then I said, you know what? I'm gonna go see if the Scum. Go to the alley Scum.
Yeah.
And I Berserker Bill saw Berserker Bill.
Nice.
He said he ran into you.
Yeah. He did say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And then I ended up doing 1490 Doom. Fun.
You lucked out, dude. Something
Worked. So,
I don't know.
Kismet.
You call it kismet. You can say hand of God. You can say, there's a lot of things you say.
Yeah.
Serendipity,
Mm-hmm.
but something said to you, called you out of there to a game that you've been talking. I don't know what game it was, and maybe I can find out off air. But this game you've kind of been talking about a bit, and that's 1490 Doom.
Yeah.
And so you got a chance to play it.
Yeah.
And what did you think?
I dug it. 3 models. It's only 3 models.
Each.
And
are they pre-built? I popped my pee there.
I think there's STLs you can get.
Okay, so but what I mean is, if you're playing this team, is it always Dopey, Sneezy, and Doc?
No.
Or is it?
There's around 7 dwarves you could play. They're all different.
Okay.
Different abilities. And I think you can equip them differently.
Are there multiple factions?
No,
or is it
there's no
all? There's
factions.
only one faction. They're all humans.
You're just here to survive, dude.
Okay, and there's just a different variety of humans.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his makeup, like we both had knights.
Okay.
I had a brute.
Okay.
He had a priest.
Okay.
And then he had a scout. I had a scavenger. So each one of them is different in
Right.
terms of their abilities.
Okay.
And like I was like, oh cool. Like when he did a scout thing, it's like, well, because you have the scout, you can do blah 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 blah, like initiative shenanigans. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. Maybe I want a scout. But then when I was kind of playing the brute, like the brute can like when he hits people, like he can just throw them like off buildings.
Yeah.
Like he gets a 1 per game. If he hits somebody, he can not do damage, and just pick him up and throw him 2 inches.
Right.
And so and you know, and so each character has like their own little deals, and so like you can mix and match these different characters
Right.
to make your team, you know.
And so the terrain, I guess, would play a part because you said you threw somebody off the ledge.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't climb back up there.
Well, no, that the problem was I threw him off towards the side I came on,
Right.
and my scavenger had already put a grappling hook up,
Yeah.
for us to get up into the castle.
Right.
So you can actually, and I didn't pick up the grappling hook. I left it in place in case I fell down and I can get back up.
Right.
But so he fell down, he got hurt, and then he had to like wait a turn. He was stunned.
Yeah.
And then he came back up the grappling hook I placed.
Oh, he did.
And it continued the combat. But it's something that was cool is like my toughest dude had like 7 wounds.
Okay.
But like if you get, because they're all supposed to have like masks and breathing apparatuses.
Yeah.
Because there's the gas everywhere. If you ever get struck, like you ever get a crit done on you, they have what's called a breach.
Okay.
So part of the mask has a crack in it, and now it's leaking the gas in.
Oh.
So every time, every round that you activate them, depending on the skill of the character, a stat. Like my brute has no skills.
Right.
You had to roll. I had to roll a 6 for him not to take a wound.
Right.
So by the end, my knight was on the top of the highest tower.
He won.
Well, no. He got to the top of the tower.
Uh-huh.
He had already, been hurt here and there, and finally he killed the last guy. And then the last activation, like the second to last round, when he goes to activate, he's breached, and the gas kills him.
Oh, wow.
So now we have to scramble up to get to the next level to claim the point.
So the highest point wins?
The highest point on the table, gets 1 victory point.
Okay.
Whoever kills the most people gets 1 victory point.
Okay.
Whoever gathers the most loot gets 1 victory point.
That's it. 3 victory point game.
3 victory point game.
Wow.
And like it was great. And like we raced up to the top, and then I won because I had more wounds left.
Wow.
Because we both had the same amount of loot.
Oh.
We had both killed the same amount, although I died. And it was just whoever had the most wounds left on the top level.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was fun. It was cool.
Sounds like a fun
And
game.
I talked to the guy a little bit. Very friendly. Got his
nice.
card.
You got his card?
Yep, he had a Kickstarter coming up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
1490 Doom.
1490 Doom, a lot of fun.
Okay.
And then we'll do my thing, and we can leave it at dinner. I bumped on to the Trapped Under Plastic live recording.
Crapped under plastic?
Trapped Under Plastic.
Wow.
So I was able to go up there and talk with him a little bit.
That's awesome.
It was a cool little show.
Seemed like there was a lot of people turn out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was fun. So if you guys want to hear me on for about 10 minutes, I said, hey, I have a hard out. I got to meet with...
You told him?
Yeah, I said, I got a hard out in front of them. I got a hard out. I got to meet with Painting Bravely. We're having a dinner. That's what I said. And everybody had a good laugh.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you are.
I was. That's why it's extra funny for me and you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They didn't know it was real.
No.
Huh.
But
They thought, like, who is this guy? Like, he knows Brent and eBay Miniature Rescues.
yeah.
Weird. Me and Travis,
Yeah.
in the morning, got up
Because I didn't see you guys until dinner.
No, we didn't see Blake. We and our wives went to an art museum.
Oh, that's right.
And so it's like right on the water, right on the mighty Michigan,
Oh, yeah.
Lake Michigan. So there's like, it's kind of weird shaped, but it's like modern art, type thing.
The building.
The building, where you go in, there's like a big lobby. There's like these hanging flowers that kind of bloom. They open and close.
Nice.
And you can see the lake. It's beautiful. And you buy your tickets, and then you walk down this really long hallway, right? And then you're in kind of this art museum.
Uh-huh.
And we went around. We got to see some cool exhibits. One exhibit of note.
Okay.
This is most of it's paintings and stuff. One of the exhibit of note, and I posted it into the chat. I don't know if you saw it. It's like this little guy, basically with like a raincoat, yellow raincoat, almost like a rag doll, but there's a projector that projects onto this white thing that's his face. So you see him talking. I don't know if you remember like a Haunted Mansion where the guys are singing, the busts that are in the graveyard are singing because someone's face is being projected onto the bust.
Yeah.
So it looks like the bust is talking. In this art exhibit, it looks like the little person. It's like the size of like a 2-month-old baby.
Weird.
And it's this guy talking, and it's just talking about like almost like insecurities. He's saying weird things like, like I can't say things in front of people that something, right?
Okay.
And he's laying on the ground, and there's a chair like on top of him, like a chair tipped over and fell on his head. And he's just saying random things. I'm going to pull up the video, and I thought it's my phone right here. I'm going to pull up the video, and I'm going to play it, and we'll see what he says, because I can't even remember. And I'm hoping that the video will have picked up the sound of this guy. And now I can't find it. I'm going to keep talking, because here it is.
Okay. Well, I had the filler.
Sometimes I just don't get jokes.
So he said in that video, sometimes I just don't get jokes. And the exhibit itself isn't that weird? Kind of weird thing.
Dude, modern art.
Well, okay, so this was done in. I'm gonna stop it because
Actually, it's not modern art. That's considered conceptual art.
Probably, but this was originally done in like 1996 with a VCR. This is before and a different projector. So it was in, like I said, there's like old paintings and new paintings, abstract. But when you get out of the museum is when you really see like that modern building that we were in wasn't the actual art museum. That new modern building that we were in was just a hallway to get into the old museum that was there. So we were walking around this museum, and it's painted nice, and you feel like you're in, because all the walls are white.
Yeah.
It feels like you're all in a new building, but it's actually like, no, this takes you into the building.
So you were like, that's a small museum.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh no, that was just the entryway.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, like when you're walking down the hallway of this new modern construction, you just think that you're walking into the new modern construction.
Yeah.
But it's just a hallway to get you into the old building.
Interesting.
So, then after that, we went out to lunch at this, like I said, another Maters, and then it was 11:30. I'm thinking I gotta go because I'm sorry, it wasn't 11:30. My game was at 3, and it was 2:30. And I go, I gotta walk back to the room. I gotta get my badge, and then I gotta get to this Space Hulk game that I'm in. And part of me was like, should I go? Should I not go? But I felt like I needed to go.
I don't even know. I didn't hear anything about the game. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, Travis talked about it.
Yeah, but not your experience.
Yeah. So I walk because Maynard's isn't that far, and because it was right next to where we had dinner with Doug, and we walked back. It wasn't that bad, but it took, and I didn't actually end up leaving until 2:40, so I had 20 minutes, and it took me maybe like 7 minutes to get to the inside of the Baird, but then another 10 to get back up to my room. And I'm texting Letty. I'm like, I should have, because she stayed back with Travis. They took care of the bill, and because she knew I was in a hurry, so I left before them. I felt like I should have just walked straight into
the hotel.
No.
Oh.
I should have just walked into the Baird, because I was into the Baird because I thought it'd be faster to get to the Skywalk and go through. The other thing was, if I stayed on the outside, it probably would have been faster. But I was thinking I should have just went to the event and had Letty go up and get my badge and bring it back down. Yeah. So, anyways, I really didn't want to be late.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking to myself, well, if I go in there and the spot's filled,
Yeah.
I'll just say, you know what, it's my mistake. Whoever has it just could take my spot.
You don't want to do that twice. Bad karma.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. Somebody else did, though. Somebody else came in later than I did. But I was like, hey, Emily, I'm sorry. And he's like, no worries. I gave him a little extra time because it's like all the way. It's right next to the hallway, the Heresy hallway or whatever.
The scum,
yeah.
dark.
It's in that scum area. And, so I went in.
Oh, the Space Hulk room.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you see it?
I saw a Space Hulk room.
Yeah. Did you see the board?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just peeked in and left.
Oh, didn't interest you, huh?
No.
So
you were probably in there.
Oh, I might have been.
That's what I'm saying. I just peeked in and, okay, Space Hulk, see ya.
Yeah. They were doing Space Hulk, but it looked like there might have been 2 other games that were being played. Anyways, the table is, like Travis had said, it was very cool. There's a lot of LED lights. In the middle of the table, there's a giant Thunderhawk, an actual Thunderhawk, on this platform. And there's 3 lanes going to the Thunderhawk. And then on the other side of the Thunderhawk, there's another 3 lanes.
Okay.
And so the people on the outside lanes are going in, and they have to, all they do is they're trying to reach the end of the hallway, lower the elevator, get their team inside, and up the elevator to the Thunderhawk.
Okay.
The one person in the middle on each side was trying to transport like a pilot to get through, hit the detonator because it blow up something in the ship, get on the other ship, detonate this Hulk.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, get to the chopper, and then on get to the Thunderhawk.
Get to the thunder, get to the Thunderhawk.
Yeah,
Thunderhawk. Okay.
So, I'm like, okay, I picked the Blood Angel team because each team's different, and I was like, okay, I like Blood Angel, so I'll take the Blood Angel team. Like I said, each thing had different equipment, and I'm like, okay, I'll just do this. And I've played with these rules because Cheyenne's ran it. I think you played. No?
No.
You didn't play with me,
No.
Shell, and...
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Nope.
Who did?
Not me.
Weird. Were you there, though, when we were playing it?
Yes.
Okay.
It was Necrons.
Yeah, it was he did Necrons instead of but
yeah.
it's a very similar, because it doesn't matter what
The bad guys are.
bad guys are. It's just 1 damage and they're dead.
Yeah.
Just like the Marines. It doesn't matter what they are, 1 damage and they're dead. So I'm moving pretty fast, right? And I'm taking care of things. And I felt really good about like how I'm doing, because I'm like, I'm going past hallways and dropping 1 flame barricade so they can't come chase me. I'm like, yeah. And the guy before me, like one of his guys the guy that's running the middle, like he seems a little bit confused at what's going on. I'm like, and he's like, man, you're going fast. I'm like, yeah, I know, dude. And then, the Ultramarines on my side too is moving up slow, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be done in like 30 minutes. I'm like,
and your responsibility is what?
I just got to get to the other side.
Oh.
So I'm not worried about like too much.
There's no detonator, no pilot. You're not elevator. Okay.
No, if the outside people, because you have like 11 turns or 10 turns,
Yeah.
right? And if the outside people can make it to the elevator, any one of them, they hit the console, it
Okay.
gives them an extra turn.
Yeah, okay.
So you can get up to 15 rounds to get off. And so like I'm just like yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing. And then I just start rolling really bad because I overwatch and I'm like, I got like 4 spaces. So when he comes around the corner, I get like 4 shots.
yeah.
And I'm able to, on certain times I'm fine. And then the other time, the last guy just didn't get killed. Hit me, I die. I'm like, okay, dude, that sucks. I'm like, but I'm still good. Like, and it was my chain fist guy, and the chain fist could just open doors for free.
Yeah.
He kind of just punches it through the doors. I'm like, okay, well, I'm more than halfway done. It's not too bad. But then things start popping up, and basically I would have been wiped, but they kind of let me not lose all my stuff because like I lose my captain. 3 guys pop up, little guys, and I have to fight them hand to hand. And he's like, yeah, you just have to roll well. And I roll a 6. And they're like, cool, dude, you rolled a 6. That's all you need. And they're like, can you do it again? And I rolled another 6. Cool. I'm like, yeah, dude, I got this. And I roll a third 6. And then the other guy comes out and just kills me because I ran out of my 6s, you know what I mean? And then I only had the flamethrower guy left. And the problem is, the big guy that's there, I have to kill him, right?
Yeah.
So when I kill him, it leaves a flame in front of me because now there's flame. So now I can't get out, and I can't even see what's past the flame because it's hidden. And then I ran out of bullets. So I'm like, dude. And then as he knows what's going on, I could see him move. I didn't run out of bullets. I had 1 bullet left.
For yourself.
I know, 1 flame bullet left. But I could see him doing stuff to make sure that I could get off. I could
what a
see
sweetheart.
him. And he's like, yeah, you just got to try to do this. And then try to kill him, right? And if you miss, I don't think the flame sticks around. Okay. But they're just like, and he moves him back 1 and puts the flame down. And I'm like, dude. And then you have to roll, you get a command roll. And if you get enough, that gives you extra actions you can spend.
Okay.
And so I don't get off. I could get to the elevator legitimately. I got it to come down, and then on the next turn I would have been able to get on, but I wouldn't have been able to raise it up. So they're like, we'll give it to you. I'm like, that doesn't necessarily make me feel good, but
He's like,
but then I got like a badge and a dice that said I survived. And so I guess the one to beat was to get 20 Marines off, and I think we only got like 13 or 14, but we weren't even the worst.
Oh, really?
Because there was somewhere multiple teams got wiped, and so
you were just like, bum, bum, bum. Who's the
feeling
boss
good.
now?
Yeah.
You're walking out like Vince McMahon as Mr. McMahon and shit.
Yeah, I ran out there, and then my what are
the knees, the quads.
the quads just ripped. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I forgot you played it. So it was a good experience.
Overall, it was good. I enjoyed the terrain. I got to talk to the organizers a little bit, talk about how many totes it takes to get all this stuff out of there.
And who was your charity?
I paid Adepticon to play this game.
Oh, I thought it was.
This isn't a private event. That's what Carl does.
Same thing, but private charity event.
Supposedly, I didn't see the receipts. I don't know if they donated. But I think my experience was different than Travis's, because Travis says that's like the best experience he's ever had.
Yeah, and he's also with
that's the
his
thing.
friends, people he knows.
That's what I was saying, and after the event, that's how I knew it was. I knew it was going to happen before, and I had reservations about it the minute that Travis couldn't get in with me.
Yeah,
and because if he was doing it, he might have still gone with Carl, right?
Yeah.
And then he would have been like, yeah, I'm back. Let's do this. And he would have had some tips and tricks and
Yeah.
stuff to give me, which he did. But the experience would have been more enjoyable if my friends were there with
Yeah.
me. And the way, and it's nothing against Adepticon necessarily, but the way that they run it, or the way that the tickets or the availability of these
Yeah.
classes and these workshops, it's hard to get in with your friends.
Yeah.
And unless you're doing like some trading or something, maybe you just gotta sign up, have a bot sign you up for everything, and then you start releasing things, you know. Or maybe there's got to be, maybe instead of selling maybe you can do like, you have to buy 3 tickets, and then you could tell your friends, you pay me back, Blake, you give me $25, Travis, you give me, and the 3 of us now get to play together.
Yeah.
So-
Or we have to get into that invite-only charity game.
I guess we'll see. And so after that, we got done a little bit early, and then as I was leaving, Travis and all them had came down, and
You made
I was like, I got to get up to go see Badger. And I went up there, and his thing was already closed down. I'm like, okay, well, the vendor hall doesn't close for another 15 minutes, but they had already started closing stuff, closing the door, and they're like, everybody get out. And since we were up there, I tried to get a sweater for Letty, but then all they had were the giant, or 3Xs and 4Xs, and she doesn't need that.
Hey, that's one good thing about Adepticon. You could get your size.
Yeah, you can. But not her, because she needs smaller.
I mean, regular people.
But I guess it was our fault for waiting too long, but next year maybe. Anyways, but I was like, I'm going to go talk to Brent and make sure that we're still
ready.
on for tonight and stuff, and about what time. So I ran back in there, and the guy was like, hey, we're closed. I'm like, I'll be just a minute. Get off me.
Get off me. Back off, Jack.
Yeah. Get your hand off of me.
Get your hand off of me.
Yeah.
Thunderhawk. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had a nice dinner with the owners of Goblin Hobbies.
Goblin Hobbies. Yeah, dude.
Goblin Hobbies.
Owners and proprietors of Goblin Hobbies.
The stamps.
We went to Coppers.
Coppers on the Hill.
So I put in a reservation, and on the app, it only let me pick 5. And I wasn't sure Travis was going, because he was kind of like, I don't know, when we had
They're
left
leaving
him.
early, yeah.
And they're leaving early. And he was like, I guess I'm not going to see Blake tonight. And he was, and then Anna was like, yeah, you just go. I'll make sure everything's packed up. That was nice of her. She sacrificed herself so that Travis could go.
What a woman.
And he couldn't even get her trail mix. And again.
That's funny.
Yeah. But so when it was time to go, and I wasn't even sure like what your exact schedule
It worked
was.
out for me.
And well, it worked out for everybody, because when we got there, he was like, I was like, hey, there's going to be 6 of us on that reservation. And I don't even think the app let me pick more than 5. Right? I think 5 might have been the max. And he's like, okay. And then he went back to this booth that sticks out, and you're on like 5 bar stools. And he's like, well, I got this. You guys can try to squeeze up there. And I was like, maybe. He's like, unless you want that room back there. And we were like, yeah, let's take the room. And there's a room that had like 8, or it could fit like 7.
I think now we know the room.
Well, because the music was loud.
Yeah.
And like I had explained to you earlier, and all you listeners out there, when you go and you want to hang out and
you
talk to
can't hear
people,
people.
you want that quiet space. And they're like, you want the remote for the TV? We're like, no, we don't need it. So she took the remote. She said, if you need it, let me know.
That's going to be our spot now.
I think so. I think we should try to reserve that back, or maybe we got to call him.
Yeah, when you make your oh, we said the name of the place. Damn it! It was called Sleveland Gyms.
Yeah,
Sleveland Gyms. Call for the back room.
Call for the back room.
Sleveland Gym.
You want to go upstairs?
Yeah, that's I got confused. I went downstairs and it was all a mess, but
you
it's
wanna
actually
go
upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Cleveland Gyms.
Sleveland Gyms, buddy.
Cleveland, Milwaukee.
I forgot to say I did sit and talk with Shell and
Yeah, you did.
Carl.
How'd that go?
It was good. Their flex thing, a lot of people having fun, a lot of great looking armies.
Was he having a good time?
Yeah,
That's what matters to me.
and he was,
All those people that signed up for his event, I could care less. But Carl and Shell, those are the people that I care about. And if they're having a good time,
Gromley was there.
was he one of the players?
Mm-hmm.
I care about him. I care immensely about that guy.
Yeah, Aaron.
I wonder
Aaron
how
was there.
Aaron who?
Aaron.
Necron Aaron?
Aaron in, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what, Aaron? I care about you too. Yeah. Who else was there? Give me another name.
Some assholes. I don't know.
Oh,
that's all I recognized.
Yeah, Aaron's a pleasure to play with.
Yeah, he hooked me up.
Oh yeah, I hate you for that, Aaron. No, I'm just kidding. You're a nice guy, Aaron.
And it's funny. So I talked about the brimstone because he and Shell, huge into brimstone.
Because he got private shadow.
Well, he was even before that.
Oh,
even before that, he was into it. I think.
Okay.
So and then he was like, he's like, Shell, just can you show Blake something? He's like, come in the vendor hall, and and he took me to the blackout booth.
Oh.
And he took me to the blackout booth.
And what's in the blackout booth?
And what's in the blackout booth? He showed me because blackout is some of the models in the game that I bought.
Oh.
And it's mechs and infantry.
Oh, okay.
And it's more of like an infantry, like precision, like tactical, like hard tactical.
Mm.
And he's like, dude, it's Titanfall. Oh. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like I got blackout stuff. The rules are cool. Like I got the models.
Is that the same thing as Arsenal?
No, it's not.
Oh.
And I'm like, all right, so here's the deal. I'm going to show you a different booth. Not that blackout's not good.
Yeah.
But I know that the rule set for Arsenal is far more
Titanfall,
what he's looking for.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, dude, I'm going to be using these models to try this thing out. So then I took him to the Arsenal booth, and he got to see and stuff like that. And like he even bought the one thing he bought in their vendor hall was the
rulebook?
Arsenal rulebook.
Okay.
And I was like, oh wait. He's like, I'm like, yeah, this is it. And the guy he was talking to was like, yeah. He says that he says that the blackout stuff, those guys are really awesome, but the Arsenal rules and the blackout rules very different, like tones and games and stuff. And he says that and I agree. And then he was like, and I'm like, yeah, dude. I mean, he says, well, you're kind of into it, like, yeah. And I'm like, this is the game that that Jeff has been talking about. He's like, oh. And I'm like, even Josh is interested in the game.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, and I can just print out these models. I'm like, yeah, you can print them out. Like, finally, I can use my resin printer. I'm like, yeah, dude.
It's just sitting in his garage.
Wasting
Wasting away.
it.
Wasting away.
All the moments that make up the dark.
Hold on. He lives in
Morgan Hill.
Yeah, wasting away in Morgan Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm just going to sit here and watch you guys.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we're just wrapping it up.
We're just wrapping it up. We're talking about how I got Carl to buy a blaster magazine of Arsenal.
Would it happen to be volume 7?
Oh, it happens to be volume 7. I'll give you the whole story.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to thank you in advance because I'm very excited for it.
Maybe they might talk about it.
Oh, you can't.
But like, I don't think they will. Actually, it's not GW.
We're done.
You know what? Maybe Josh can give us the real story.
Give the real
off the air.
Yeah.
Why Don quit.
Oh, Jesus.
That's it, right?
But yeah, that was it. I think it was a good long day. Hardly saw you guys.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is the last stretch. The last stretch. Looking forward to that breakfast.
We might not record.
No.
Wisconsin, it's so great. Go Brewers, yeah. Milwaukee, oh yeah. Oh, what a city. Check out the Milwaukee River. Check out the wonderful skyline of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Oh my, what a great town. So many great people all around. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, such a wonderful city.